Hello, everyone. I'm going to walk you through today how to do the assignment of creating a touchscreen control for a character on Scratch. Now, notice I've already opened up Scratch and created a new document. I've changed the name of it. So when I submit it to our class studio, Mr. Martin will know who it belongs to right away. I've also gone ahead and deleted Scratch out of here because I don't feel like moving Scratch today. What we're going to do is we need to add in some sprites. So I'm going to add in an arrow sprite today. That arrow is going to be used for our control pad. We're going to duplicate. So we have 4 arrows here. The arrows, if you click on one and go to costumes, they already have selected for us or inputted for us arrows pointing in the 4 main directions. We don't want 4 arrows pointing right. That would just be confusing. So I'm going to delete out 3 that we don't want. So that way we have arrows pointing in the 4 directions. So we need it down. So now I have up, down, left, right. To position them like so. I'm also going to rename them. This might not be as important on this assignment because we won't have a lot of sprites, but sometimes you will have an assignment or sometimes you might make something that has a lot of sprites in it. When that's the case, you really want to name the sprites so you know right away which one to look for. And if you're using code where if this sprite touches this sprite, you want to know the names of them right away. I'm just naming them right, left, up, down. Now I need to add a character that's going to be moved. Today I'm thinking I'm going to add, I'm going to go to animals. I'm going to go with the dinosaur. It's a cool looking dinosaur. Oh, Mr. Dinosaur. It's kind of big. I'm going to shrink him down a notch here. Let's put him to like 85. So now what I want to happen is I want when the keys are pressed, I'm sorry, the arrows are pressed, this dinosaur will move in the correct direction. Now, the reason we're going to do a touchscreen is that most of you are working on your iPads and are not using a keyboard. Normally, we would just use the arrow keys on the keyboard, and that's simple code. There you have when this key is pressed, and you can go to the arrows. When you're on an iPad, it's not that easy. So we have to do a little coding to tell it how to move. Ideally, what would be nice is if we had a block that says when up is pressed or when this sprite is pressed, we get them to do that. But we don't. These are our only options for events. When the flag is clicked, when a specific key, when this sprite is clicked. So we don't have those options. We have to do a little workaround here. We're going to start with our right arrow. We're going to go when this sprite is clicked. We are going to broadcast a message. Now that is just a message that goes throughout all of the code. And we're on the right key. So we are going to go to broadcast message, new message. We're going to call it write. So anytime this key is pressed, now message write will be broadcast. We're going to do the same thing for the other keys. When this sprite is clicked, you're going to broadcast message that says, that's the left one, left. When the up is clicked, so when this sprite is clicked, we're going to broadcast message up. And when the down is clicked, so when this sprite is clicked, notice every time I click on a new sprite, I'm making code that works just for that sprite. So when sprite is clicked, we're going to broadcast message down. So now we have 4 messages being broadcast, possibly, when those sprites are clicked. So we're going to go to our dinosaur. Hello, Mr. Dinosaur. So now we're going to go ahead and do the opposite. When I receive a message, so the up arrow is pressed, it's going to send the message up throughout the entire code. So now, when up is received, the dinosaur is going to point in direction 0. Notice it looks like a compass. We want him to move up. So he's going to point in that direction, and he's going to move 10 steps. That means on every press. Doesn't work if you hold it, just on that. Nothing when he moves down yet, only moves up. We're losing him. Come back, Mr. Dinosaur. That's if we do right. Now, if he receives message down, he's going to, just duplicating, point in direction 180. He'll also move 10 steps. Seems like he's moving backwards. That could be a costume issue too. Oops, wrong code here. But we're not worried about that right now. When I receive message left, I'm going to duplicate these to save time. He's going to point to the left, also move. So now he'll move left. And last one, when I receive message right. He's going to point in direction 90, and he's going to move right. Again, still going backwards. We could check out his costumes. Looks like he's just a little backwards. We're going to try this costume and see if that lines up better. Not sure why he goes upside down when he does that. That's stuff we could work on where you wanted to change it around. So what I'm going to ask you to do today for this assignment is to recreate the direction keys that I'm doing here, where he goes and he moves based on your direction keys. And I also want you to add a second character. That character, what would be fun for a dinosaur to get? Dinosaur is going to chase after a banana, because we all know dinosaurs love banana. We're going to take this here. We are going to add an event when the flag is clicked. So when it starts, this is going to point to, let's see here if we have it. It doesn't have the random. That's right. Skip this part. We'll add that to next time. So for now, we're going to do this part. We're going to get our fancy little dinosaur guy moving around with the direction keys. Next time, we're going to add to this game where you're going to be chasing after a character and starting to keep score. But I want to start with the control pads. This is going to be due on Friday. When you are done, you click on the share button. A lot of you last time stopped there. That is not you being done. This is not you submitting the assignment. After you hit share, you're going to have to add to Studio, and you need to click on the Studio that's going to say controller or on-screen controller. That is how I see it. So that way I can open it up, I can see inside, and I can see all of your coding. A submission on Schoology with a screenshot will not work. Do not email me the link. You need to share it and post it in the studio, please. That is how you will get credit. Let me know if you have any questions. This part is due on Friday. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe.